This call is now being recorded.
Good morning, students. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, so screen is visible to you, everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So let's continue with our previous lecture. I hope you understood the higher order differential equations importance and then how to go ahead to solve these higher order differential equations. So briefly, again, I will go through it. Then we'll continue to solve the whole differential equation, which is of the form f of d into y is equal to x form. Okay. So if you see this, once you return your differential equation in the symbolic form, so this equation is of this form, f of d into y is equal to x, where this d stands for d by dx. I hope everybody you know this. Okay. Sometimes what will happen to solve this particular equation, whole equation, it is of two parts. One is complementary function, another one is particular integral. So both are the solutions for the differential equation, and as well as their linear combination is also solution. So for that reason, we took two theorems, we took those results. So first one is, if I consider f of d into y is equal to 0 without considering this x, so for that, I'm going to get the solution that is your complementary function. Okay. So there are three cases we discuss. And suppose if we consider x particular to this x, if we solve the equation, we are going to get it particular integral. That is also I'm going to introduce. So anyway, the complete solution for the differential equation when it is in this form, first we have to consider without x and find your complementary function. Then with x, you get this particular integral also. So while writing your complete solution, you have to add together. Another notation for this, yp plus yc. So these are subscripts, yp, yc. Y is equal to yp plus yc, which it will represent as particular integral plus complementary function. Usually we'll write first complementary function, then we'll write particular integral. Okay, right. So let me discuss about the cases how you find the particular integral. So this is my differential equation, f of d into y is equal to 0, right? So for this differential equation, first we have to write auxiliary, what happened? First we have to write auxiliary equation, right? So to write auxiliary equation, what is the auxiliary equation from this? Simply you have to take the polynomial. F of d is equal to 0. Okay. So from this we will get the roots for this polynomial. Maybe you may get d is equal to maybe m1, m2, like you may have n roots. Suppose if it is nth order polynomial, you will get mn roots, m1 to mn roots. So based on that, we are going to write the solution for the differential equation. This is homogeneous differential equation because there is no x here. So for this equation, solution will be based on these roots. We are going to write it up. Usually we will discuss about cases. So suppose in case 1, if I consider assuming that all roots are distinct, means m1 not equal to m2 not equal to like that, mn roots, all are distinct roots, then your solution will be usually, as I said, this part we are calling it as a complementary function solution. So CF is equal to C1 e power m1x plus C2 e power m2x plus and so on Cn e power mnx. So we have to add n arbitrary constants here, C1 to Cn, because n roots are there. All roots will write in the exponential form. it is case 1 when roots are real and distinct, right? So sometimes roots may be repeated. So something like all roots, let you assume all roots are m1, m2, all roots are up to mn, all are equal to some m. So in that case, we have to write your complementary function as c1 plus, problem is there in the board, I think it seems to be, c1 plus c2x plus c3x square plus and so on, cn x to the power of n minus 1. So because I am assuming that all n roots are equal, so e power that root value is m, so m times of x. So we will write in this form. These are general form. Don't confuse and don't be afraid by seeing all those different forms. While doing as number of problems you are going to do till end of this module, again and again I am going to repeat all those. So don't worry about that. Maybe now you feel little bit difficult. Okay. Now suppose two roots are complex roots. Suppose we have differential equation of second order. Assume like that. Then those roots are d is equal to alpha plus or minus I beta form. If you assume like that, alpha plus I beta is one root, alpha minus I beta is another root, then your complementary function form will be e power alpha x. Here we'll write real part, c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. So you may be remembered, I ask you to remember all those results, and better to, of course, when you are practicing, automatically you are going to remember for a long time. So there is no other way now. We are not going to tell how these results come into the picture, all those derivations, okay, which are not there in our part of our syllabus. So as an engineer, you should remember all those results. These are just forms, right? When two roots are there, I am giving two arbitrary constants here. And of course, here when we have roots or complex roots or imaginary roots, we are getting something like Euler's form, e power alpha x of cos c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. You try to remember. Of course, I introduced few things already initially. Now I'm going to take some more problems, and I will introduce particular integral also, how we are going to solve it. And today also, I'm not going to take all the cases how we are going to solve for particular integral. Few cases, like in complementary function, 3 cases we discussed, right? Similarly, in particular integral also, to solve those particular functions, it depends on different functions. We may be covered 1 or 2. So let's start. Before going to do this problem, can I take one more? Okay. So let me see one simple example. You also have to try to tell me. I have like solve this some particular problem. D to the power of 4 y by dx to the power of 4 is equal to m to the power of 4 y. So this is my differential equation. Of course, all y terms we have to take on other side. So I can where to erase. I can take this here, I can write it up as minus. How it went? Okay, I will write one more time. So what I'm doing here, d to the power of 4y by dx to the power of 4 minus m to the power of 4y is equal to 0. That term also I took it this way. Suppose if I return this into symbolic form, tell me what is the symbolic form? D to the power of 4 minus m to the power of 4 into y is equal to 0. Agree? Everybody is agreed? Yes. What is d here? D stands for small d by dx.
d by dx.
Good. So now this is your differential equation. You are going to solve it. To solve the differential equation, first we have to consider auxiliary equation without disturbing this differential equation. Means only polynomial we have to consider. Auxiliary means just helping equation, that is d power 4 minus m to the power of 4, which is equal to 0. We should not disturb this differential equation, means we should not take this y. Only polynomial f of d you have to consider here. So this f of d is equal to 0. So for this is something like I can write a square minus b square form, right? So the d square whole square minus m square whole square in this form, isn't it? So that will be a plus b into a minus b, right? So that means d square minus m square into d square plus m square, which is equal to 0, isn't it? Correct? So now again, this is again a square minus b square. So I can write d plus m into d minus m. So here d is equal to, of course, we will get it. This is d square plus m square, which is equal to 0. So finally, your d values, what are those values? Anybody? D values means your roots are, one is m, another one is minus m. What are the next roots? Plus or minus. These are complex roots, mi. D square is equal to minus m square, d is equal to plus or minus mi. Isn't it? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Now we have 4 roots. Now you tell me how I am going to write the solution for this differential equation.
So,
Yes, tell me.
that plus or minus mi, can you explain?
Yeah, actually we have d square plus m square is equal to 0. So d square is equal to minus m square. D is equal to under root minus m square. So that means plus or minus mi.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Have you got it? Okay. So now I'm going to write complementary function. How many roots are there? 4 roots are there. So as your wish, you can take the order as I told you. Suppose if I want to take first 2, these 2 roots are real and distinct. I can write c1 e power mx plus c2 e power minus mx. Those 2 roots are over. Remaining 2 roots are complex roots. Do you agree or not? These 2 roots are complex roots. Alpha value is 0. Alpha plus or minus I beta. We have to compare this with alpha plus or minus I beta. Alpha value is 0 plus e power 0x bracket of C1, C2 already used as arbitrary constants. So you go with another arbitrary constant C3.
Cos
C3 cos beta value is here m x plus C4 sin mx. Understood? Don't by heart. Suppose somebody want to write these roots first. Okay, you can write like this. Your complementary function CF is equal to e power 0x C1 cos beta means here mx plus C2 sin mx. So after writing these 2 roots, because these complex roots, conjugate roots, so they will come together. Once you write those roots, then the remaining 2 roots are distinct roots. I can take as C3 with another arbitrary constant, C3 e power m3x plus, mx, right? C3 e power mx plus C4 e power minus mx. So both answers are correct. Either this or this, both answers are correct, but you should know how to write it up. I'm going to take some more, don't worry. Because I am not introduced in our last class how to write with 4 roots. Am I taken any problem? I was not taken, right? With 4 roots.
No, sir. It's
No,
very
yeah.
good, sir.
Yeah. So now I am trying to cover all the combinations, real roots. Last time we took roots are real and distinct, real and equal also. And complex roots for 2 roots we have taken. This time we have taken complex roots with the combination of real and distinct roots. Of course, these combinations will again and again repeat in our coming lectures. Just I want to make you comfortable with how to write it up. This is very, very important. And this procedure, whatever I return, this entire procedure is need not to be shown in your examination. I'm telling you, directly you may get it, those values. You may get the roots, m minus m plus or minus mi from your calculator itself. Okay, of course, these are variables, you may not get it. Usually when you have a number, you will get all those roots directly. So directly, once we got the roots, based on the roots and its characteristics, we have to write the solution. That you keep in mind, right? So now,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, tell me.
Sir, can you go to backside, sir? Once.
Yes, yes.
Sir, if we have another one root, sir, m,
Yeah.
so it
You
become real
continue.
and equal.
Real and equal. You continue. Suppose another two roots are there. Those two roots are m5 and m6, like you assume. Already 4 roots are over. So I will write here m5, m6, right? These two roots are equal. What we are telling. These two roots are some q. Both roots are equal to some q. Okay. So in that case, what you have to do? This is your solution, right? Right? This is your solution up to this. For this solution, I have to add 2 more roots. So what are those roots? m5 and m6 both are equal to q. Both roots are equal. So when roots are equal, what I have to do? I have to start with already c1, c2, c3, c4 are over. I have to start with c5 plus c6x. When roots are real and equal, we have to take their groups into consideration, e power qx. Okay, that root value is q. We'll take all these combinations. Don't worry. One by one it will come. Okay. Already time is much time we spend on this on complementary function. So even I'm taking few more problems on complementary function because I want to apply. I want to give you different taste of all these problems. Whatever the problem they will give, you should not lose those marks. Actually, I think this is out of syllabus, but still I want to discuss with you the reason I will tell you because it's very important as an engineer for us. So what they are asking, you have to solve this. First you solve this. First write down this into differential form. D square plus 5d plus 4. Isn't it? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Into y, which is equal to 0. Okay, where d is equal to d by dx. So once you return differential equation form, immediately we have to take auxiliary equation. What is that auxiliary equation? D square plus 5d plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so for this, you just find the roots. So tell me the roots for this. So 4 ones are 4, right?
Minus 1 and minus 4.
Very good. Minus 1, minus 4. So what is happened? Your roots are real and distinct roots. So c1 e power minus x plus c2 e power minus 4x. So this is your complementary function and there is no x here, so that your solution is also for this problem is your general solution is c1 e power minus x plus c2 e power minus 4x. So we can stop your procedure here, but they want to find it out. They given some conditions. Y value y is equal to 1 and dy by dx is equal to 2 when x is equal to 0. So here in this equation, in the solution, when x is equal to 0, y value is 1. That is one condition. What they are given? When x is equal to 0, what is y value? Y value is 1. Okay. So that means what is going to happen? You substitute x equal to 0 in this equation. X equal to 0, what you are getting? C1, e power 0 is 1, right? C1 plus C2, that time what is your y value? Y value is 1.
1.
Do you understood? Okay, this
Yes,
is
sir.
one condition. Y is equal to 1 when x is equal to 0. Similarly, dy by dx is equal to 2. So this is your equation, first equation. If I differentiate this, I will get dy by dx. Dy by dx, which is equal to, when I differentiate this side with respect to x, minus e power minus x means derivative for minus x is 1, right? Minus 1. So what I will do here, I will write like this, minus c1 e power minus x plus, and this is minus 4, right? Minus 4 c2 into e power minus 4x. If I differentiate this with respect to x, this equation. Okay, now I got dy by dx. What condition they are given one more time? Dy by dx value is 2 again when x equal to 0. So I can substitute here x equal to 0. If I substitute x equal to 0, what I'm getting? Minus c1 minus 4c2. Okay, x equal to 0. In that case, what is your value here?
2.
2. Isn't it? Dy by dx value is what? 2. Okay. So now we have two values here. Two equations are there. If you are observed clearly, c1 plus c2 is equal to 1 and minus c1 minus 4c2 is equal to 2. So by adding these two equations, minus c1 plus c1 will be gets cancelled. So from this, by solving this equation and this equation, what I will get it? Minus 3c2, which is equal to 3. So c2 value I am getting minus 1. So again, if I substitute c2 value any one of these equations, I will get c1 value. So what is that value, c1 value, when I substitute here? Minus 1. So 2. Right. Good. So these values, whatever we got, these values, c1 value we got 2, c2 value minus 1, those are arbitrary constant values. So before we have solution here, this solution is called general solution. What is the solution name? General solution for the given differential equation. By giving some boundary conditions or initial conditions to you, if they ask you to find the solution, then that solution is called particular solution. So now in place of c1 and c2, I can substitute the values. Okay, so that solution is called particular solution. Therefore, the particular solution is simply in place of c1 and c2, I am substituting. I will write y is equal to c1 value is 2 e power minus x plus c2 value is minus 1 e power minus 4x. Okay, 1 I'm not writing here because minus of 1, that is just minus only. So this is your particular solution for the given problem. Of course, I assume that it is not there for your syllabus at present, but gate point of view, this type of problems are very, very important. Okay, that is the reason I took this. Actually, they may ask you just to find the solution, that general solution, that's enough. Is it clear? Even I will do some more problems of this type. I'm not stopping here itself. Okay. We just concentrated how to find the complementary function only. Still, I'm not introducing anything. See, this is also of the form f of d into y is equal to 0 form. So now how to get the solution for this? As I told you, trial and error method you have to start. Okay. So suppose if I substitute d is equal to 1 here. Okay. What is happening? D is equal to 1. 4 minus 8, then minus 7 plus 11 plus 6. What is the value? Minus 15. Is it going to be 0? No. Right? Suppose if we substitute minus 1. What is happening? This is 4 and this is plus 8 and this is minus 7 plus this is also minus 11 plus 6. What is the value? Yes, it
Sir,
is going
0,
to be
sir.
0. So what is happening? When I take it d is equal to minus 1, this equation is going to be satisfied. Isn't it? Correct? So these are called just trial and error method. With the help of that, by using synthetic division, you will get other whatever the remaining factor will be there, that we are going to prepare as some polynomial form. So what we'll do, we'll go for synthetic division by taking this. Okay, what is that? 4 minus 8 minus 7 11 6. Okay, how you done? First, you keep here 0, 4 plus 0, 4. So D is equal to what I told you. You start with 1, you start with -1. Definitely somewhere you will get some result. So I'm starting with 1. I already checked it. It is not satisfied. I'm going with -1. So when it is -1, 4 into -1 minus 4, this will be -12, then this will be 12, then this will be 5, -5, then this will be 6, then this will be -6. We are going to get 0. Okay. So now, while writing this, we need to solve this differential equation. Before solving, we have to consider your auxiliary equation as usual. Auxiliary equation is 4d to the power of 4 minus 8d cube minus 7d square plus 11d plus 6 is equal to 0. This is your auxiliary equation. So this auxiliary equation directly we can't solve. That is the reason we went for synthetic division. So d is equal to -1 means d plus 1 is 1 factor. The remaining factor will be, we are writing as, this will be constant term. This is a d, this is d squared, this is d cube. So I can write 4d cube minus 12d square plus 5d plus 6, which is equal to 0. Okay. Now again you have a doubt, sir, how to do this, isn't it? How to go ahead, this one. Again, cubes are there. As I told you, again, you have to take these as a coefficients. What are those coefficients? 4 minus 12, 5, 5, 6. And you should start with d equal to 1 and d equal to -1, d equal to maybe 2 and d equals to, let me take with 2 and try to check it. Okay. I already checked. Of course, we know this problem. So d equal to 1 minus 1 is not going to be satisfied for this particular polynomial. If I start with d equal to 2, so 2 4s are 8, then this will be -4, then 2 minus 4, this will be -8, then this will be -3. So -6, we are going to get it 0. So again, I can write this as d plus 1 into another factor is d minus 2. And the remaining is, this we have to write 4d square minus 4d, correct? Minus 4d minus 3, which is equal to 0. And till then you may have doubts, sir. Sir, I already told you that can I take directly from the calculator? Yes, please go ahead that way and try to write down all those roots. That is good way. Okay. So anyway, finally, we need the roots. -1, 2, and here we are going to get 2 more roots. I know already those roots. So just I'm writing those roots. One is we will get 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. I hope everybody knows how to solve this quadratic equation so that I'm writing directly. Is it okay? Yes. So how many roots are there?
4.
4.
4. All 4 roots seems to be distinct or not?
Real and distinct.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now you tell me the solution, complementary function. C1 e power, any root you can take it, whatever you remember. See here, roots are -1, minus x plus C2 e power 2x plus C3 e power, what is third root? 3 by 2 x plus C4 e power, what is fourth root? Minus half x. So this is your complementary solution. And of course, I'm given the differential equation on other side, there is no x. Therefore, the complete solution, y, general solution is same thing. You will get same thing here. I need not to write one more time. Okay? Because there is no x here. Right? So I hope you understood all. Yeah.
So in the trial and error method, we you get d is equal to 2, sir, in the second one.
Yes, actually, I didn't get directly. Don't think that I did some. There is no magic from my side also. I just gone through that problem, and we know that by trial and error, as I suggest you that you start with 1, -1,
So
2,
for
-2.
exam, is there any easier method, sir? Because it will
No,
take time.
no, exactly. There is no easy method for this. That is the reason you have to use your calculator. straight away. Within a second, you will get that. Okay. And even for the marks point of view also in the examination, for this procedure, don't expect that we are going to get the marks. Okay. Finally, your roots are correct, then you will get 2 marks. That is very important. Is it clear? Use your calculator, but better to know the synthetic division. Always you should know it. There are different ways to handle, right? And I can tell you, more than higher order, 4th order, they never ask in your examination. That also you keep in mind. At maximum, they will go with the 2nd, 3rd. Maximum 4 if they go, they may not give this X value for you. 0 they may give. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So now I'm going to the next part of this. As I told you here, if you see this differential equation, when X is there, we have the solution for this differential, complete solution is complementary function plus particular integral. Whatever till now we done with the different cases, that is your complementary function for this equation. Have you observed? There is no X till then. Now when X is included, it is the combination of this as well as particularly to this X. So that I have to find the solution for this particular function X. Okay. So there are certain methods to solve those particular integrals. That name is called particular integral. I will tell you now why it is called particular integral. Just go through this. So what we have to do? We have this equation, right? F of d into y is equal to x. So, sorry, here y is missing. Okay. I will write y here. One minute. Right. So this is our equation. What is that? I will take pen. So this is our equation, right? So if I solve this equation for y is equal to this f of d comes on other side, right? So x by f of d form, right? X by f of d. That is nothing but 1 by f of d into x. So your particular, for this particular function you are trying to solve, so that I can write your given differential equation by writing f of d on other side, solving for y, but write down that as a particular integral pi. So why it is particular integral? All your d's are comes in the denominator. Okay. So capital D stands for differential operator d by dx. You already know derivative. So 1 by d, which is a reciprocal of your derivative, that's why that is called integral operator. Whenever we have 1 by d of x of any function, then I can write it up as integral of x dx. So that means I have to integrate this, isn't it? So where I'm going to apply the integration things, then and only I'm going to get the results. That is the reason they call it as a particular integral. Okay. But don't worry. Here, our aim is we are writing y solved for x. Y in terms of all other terms. Y is equal to f of d, take another side. That particular form, we can call it as a particular integral form. So if it is in that form, again, based on your x here, what type of function is exist there? It may be exponential function, it may be some algebraic function, it may be some trigonometry function, combination of all those. So based on that, we are going to apply our methods to solve this particular integral, right? So what I discussed here, first one is very common. f of d into y should be equal to 0, then in that case I will get complementary function. That is very common. And to get your particular integral, I have to write in this form. So let me explain some more detail. I have like f of d into y, which is equal to x. So to solve this, I'm writing y is equal to x by f of d. So that particular form we are calling as particular integral 1 by f of d of x. Okay. So here in place of x, you may get any function. In this case, I am taking exponential function in case 1. So 1 by f of d into e power ax. In place of x, what I took it? E power ax. That means my differential equation f of d into y is equal to e power ax. As a function, I am going to get it. You are going to get it this type of differential equations. So for this particular function, to solve this particular function, there is a methodology. That method, we used to call it as inverse operator method. What is that method name? Inverse operator method. Okay. So anyway, need not to remember that name of that method because all these are shortcuts. So how to go ahead? Very, very simple. See, what we need to solve it? We need to solve the particular integral. What is the form? 1 by f of d into x. In place of x, this time I got it e power ax. Okay. So what will be the solution, you know? Very, very simple. 1 by, here, what is the coefficient of x? A is the coefficient of it. That we have to substitute in place of d. That's all, into a power x. So this is your solution of your particular integral. You will get some value here. Make sure that f of a should not equal to 0. Isn't it? Correct? That is condition, right? If f of a 0, so we are not able to get the solution. And you may have doubts, or what happened if f of a is 0? Then what you should do it, supply one x to the numerator. Please remember, I'm not going to derive all those results. Already I told you. In this particular unit, you have to remember many results. That is the reason. Again, I am pressuring you. Try to remember here. Suppose f of a is 0, then what you have to do? Supply one x to the numerator here and differentiate the denominator because already we have f of d here. If I differentiate, I will get f dash of d. Okay, and then again substitute the a value, e power ax. What I done? Suppose f of a is 0, then I have to find f dash of d for this denominator polynomial. Supply one x to the numerator divided by, again, once we got f dash of d, in place of d, again, as usual, you substitute a. You will get the result. Have you understood? One x
Yes, sir.
always has to be supplied and differentiate. Suppose if it is repeated, again, f dash of a is 0. There may be chances, right? F dash of a is 0. Then it is not valued. Then what we have to do? Supply one more x to the numerator. Already x is there. X into x, x square, divided by, again differentiate this denominator and substitute the value of a. F double dash of a, which is into e power ax. I will write here what I done one more time. X square by f double dash of a into e power ax. It will continue. If you get 0, what you should do it? Very simple. Supply one x to the numerator, differentiate the denominator polynomial, and again substitute a value. So what is going to happen at some time, because these are polynomial in D, so we are going to get some constant at some point, then you have to stop your differentiation if that is happened. You follow my same trick. Don't confuse with the textbooks what they follow. Okay? This is very, very simple approach. Never confuse yourself. So let me do the problem so that you can easily understood. Isn't it? So see, this is the problem. What is the auxiliary equation here? Tell me quick.
D square minus 5D plus 6.
Yes. So before taking auxiliary equation, first we have to consider d square minus 5d plus 6 into y is equal to 0. Don't consider other side because our aim is to find complementary function first. To find C of complementary function and considering this differential equation which is equal to 0 on other side. So then what is your auxiliary equation? D square minus 5d plus 6 which is equal to 0. What are the roots for this? Quick.
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Very good. So what will be the complementary function solution? C1 e power 2x.
E to the power of 2x plus C2 e to the power of 3x.
Very good. Over. That's all. Then now we have to find the particular integral. To find pi, particular integral, how to write it up pi from the given equation? Pi is equal to, have you remembered the form?
3
1
to
by
the
D
power
square
minus
minus
2.
5D
1
plus
by
6.
f of d. What is f of d here?
D square minus 5D plus 6.
D square minus 5d plus 6 into
3 e to
3
the power of minus
e
5.
power minus 2x. That's all. These 3 you can write either here or here, doesn't problem. Okay. E power minus 2x is there. So what is your procedure now? You tell me. What is pi? Next step. Pi is equal to, tell me. What do you have to do
Substituting the
when
x
you have
coefficient.
exponent? Yes. What is that coefficient?
Minus 2.
Minus 2 you substitute in the denominator. D square minus 5d plus 6. What is the value?
4 minus.
So 4 minus of minus of plus 10 plus 6.
20,
right?
sir.
20. Very good. 20 into e power. What is your function? Sorry, this
Minus-
value is 3. This is 3, right?
Yes, sir.
I will write 3. So e power, what is the function? Minus
Minus 2.
2x. Have you got 0 here?
No, sir.
That means it is itself your particular integral solution, right? Have you evaluated?
Yes, sir.
There are no d's in your problem, isn't it? So you got your particular integral, you got your complementary function. Therefore, the complete solution is y is equal to complementary function plus particular integral. This you have to remember, right? So therefore, y is equal to, what is your complementary function? C1 e power
C1 e to the power of 2x, sir.
2x plus
Plus C2 e to the power of 3x.
plus
Plus
particular
3 by 20.
integral 3 by
3
20.
by e to the
E
power of minus
power.
2x.
That's all over. For this type of problems, you will get 2 questions. Remember, please, you will get this type of problems, 2 questions of 7 marks. Very, very simple. Of course, we are going to take 2 more classes based on the same thing with a different approaches. It's not always easy because based on the function is exist here in place of your polynomial here, sorry, in place of x, different functions will be exist. Based on that, you have to choose the shortcuts. Okay. Today we will go with only case 1 shortcut. If time permits, I will go with another case. Now you tell me, this is one more problem. Before going to solve it, first you have to solve the complementary function, right? So consider the differential equation d square plus 1 into y is equal to 0. So why I am considering this? To find complementary function first, isn't it? So what is your auxiliary equation? Yes, quick. D square
D
plus
square
1.
plus
plus
1
1
is
is
equal to
equal to
0.
What are d values here? Plus or minus?
Plus or minus 1
I. Very good. So here roots are, it is something like alpha plus or minus I beta. What is alpha value? 0.
0.
Beta value 1.
1.
Correct? So when roots are complex roots, what is your complementary function form? E power
e to the
alpha
power
x
alpha
c1 cos beta x plus c2
Plus
sin beta
beta
x.
x.
This is the formula. So therefore, your CF is equal to e power 0x. Alpha means c1 cos x plus c2 sin x. So e power 0x is nothing but 1 only, right? So c1
Yes, sir.
cos x plus c2 sin x. Okay, this is your complementary function. I hope everybody are able to find till then. If any difficulty is there to find the complementary function, let me know. Are you able to find complementary function for the given differential equation, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now I'm going to take particular integral. So what is Pi here in this problem? 1 by f of d, that is d square plus 1 into 2. What is this? 2 power x, right? This is 2 power x, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how we can write it up this?
Substituting at the place of the x coefficient.
Substituting
Coefficient of x in the place of d, sir.
you check, you understood carefully. When I have exponential form, then and only I can substitute, right? E power ax. When I have e power ax, then and only I can substitute. There is no here as a base. How I can write it up? Anybody? 1 by d square plus 1. This I can write e power logarithm of 2 power x. Can I write it up?
Yes, sir.
Everybody remember this formula? It is something like 1 by d square plus 1 into, so this is something like e power, base e, whether you returned or not, doesn't matter. I can write in this way. So this 2 power x, so x comes front side. Do you agree? Log
Yes, sir.
2 into x. That x I am writing here. Log 2 is constant now. In place of ax, we have log 2 into x. Do you agree now? Is it in the e power ax form?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now you substitute. Now there is no problem. If I substitute, what I'm going to get it, your particular integral pi is equal to 1 by d means log 2 whole square plus 1 into e power log 2 into x. This is your, what is this? What is this? E power log 2 into x, all this. What is the basic function?
Particular integral.
Particular integral 1 by log 2 whole square plus 1 into e power log 2 base x. Actually, the base function is 2 power x. We returned in this form, right? For our easiness, for our to evaluate this particular problem, we return in this form. But our basic function is 2 power x. Okay? You can write it up in this way. Have you understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So now we have particular integral and we have complementary function. What is your complete solution? Y value? Complementary
Sum of
function
both.
plus, yes, sum of these two. So I already have CF here. C1 cos 2x plus C2 sin 2x. C1 cos 2x plus C2 sin 2x. Plus I have to add this also. Understood? This is the solution, complete solution. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me see what is the time. 10 minutes is there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 10 minutes time is there. So I will finish with only by taking only one problem. Okay, 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, I will finish it. Right? Later we'll discuss one more case in the next class. No problem. I will not introduce that case now. Okay, I will take one more problem. So to find our complementary function, what we have to do? We have to
Consider d cube minus 6d.
d cube minus 6d square plus 9d into y is equal to 0. So what is your auxiliary equation here? D cube minus 6d square plus 9d, which is equal to 0. Isn't it? Correct? So here it is very clear. In all the terms d's are there, I can take d common. So d square minus 6d plus 9. which is equal to 0. Correct? So D into, so what are the roots for this? Yes?
3 and 3.
3 and
Plus 3 and minus 3.
plus 3 and minus 3?
3 and 3.
Okay.
Three and
Oh,
three.
oh, yeah.
3 and
So
3.
D, okay, D minus 3 whole square. Okay. Okay, very good. So what are the roots now here? D equal to 1 is 0, 1 is 3, another one is 3. Now you tell me complementary function for this. Very, very interesting. What is CF? 3 here, one root is distinct, remaining two roots are real. Real and equal. Correct?
Yes, sir. C1 plus
C1 plus
C2x
C2x
into e to the power of
Into-
3x
Very good. What about other root?
plus
C3
e to the
e
power of
power
0x.
0x
0x.
means 1,
Zero.
right? Yes. So e power 0x means 1. So
Yes.
plus C3 we have to add it. Do you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So otherwise I can write in this way also. Complementary function. I may take first 0 root, which is distinct root, something like this. C1 plus the remaining two roots are real and equal. So I can take C2 plus C3 of x into e power 3x. This is also correct. Do you agree? First root is C1 into e power 0x. E power 0x is 1. Understood?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Then the remaining two roots are equal. So that we have to make it as a group. C2 plus C3x e power 3x. So both the results are correct. Whether you write this way or this way, both the results are correct. Anyway, so because case is coming here, that is the reason I kept this one in this way. Right. Now you see, while finding particular integral, this one, very interesting. See here, what is Pi? Quick, 1 by, what is f of d? D cube minus 6d square
Minus
plus 9d.
6 square plus.
D cube minus 6d square plus 9d into, what is our function?
E
E
to the power of
power.
3x.
So e power ax form, so that I can directly apply this shortcut name. What is the coefficient of x here? 3. Try to substitute in this. What is happened? If I substitute 3, 27 minus 6 nines are 54. 0 we got.
Zero,
So when
sir.
we got 0, what we have to do? So apply x, differentiate this. Okay. If I differentiate, tell me differentiate
3d
3
square.
square minus 6d.
12d,
Sorry,
sir.
12d minus 12d
Plus 9.
plus 9. Okay. Into e power 3x. Again, you substitute. This is 12. This is 12. Again, you substitute. When I substituted, this is again
0, sir.
0. You got it. So what you have to do? Supply one
X
more
square.
x. Already x is there. X into x square. Again differentiate. That will be 6d, right? Minus 12 into e power 3x.
3x.
Again you substitute. This time, what you got it?
6.
6, sir.
6 you got it. Very good. So this is equal to, therefore, your particular integral will be here 1 by 6 into what is your function? E power 3x. This is your particular integral. While substituting, if you are not getting 0, then that is your answer. I told you, right? Suppose if you get 0, again you go ahead. This is the procedure how to apply your case 1. Of course, I'm going to take some more problems. Okay. So I hope you understood how to, yeah, tell me.
So where the x square will 1, sir?
Yeah, I told you when repetition is happening, we have to go for x square. When this denominator is going to be 0, that time only we are substituting that x. Where it comes now, as I said, it is not our, yeah. Otherwise, you do one thing, go through any prescribed textbook for a derivation part of all those, how these results are coming. If you are interested, I can recommend you go through Erwin Krajcik textbook to get your results. Okay.
Okay, sir.
At present, I am asking you just to remember many things, isn't it? you better to follow what I said. That is always good, because now methods are very important, how to solve it. Later, of course, even laymen also have doubt how you got X. Correct or not? Blindly, I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
asking you, go ahead. It comes because of repetition. Actually, what is happening, denominator becomes 0. That's why that supplement is coming. Even there also, if you see in complementary function while writing, when roots are equal, we have 1x here extra. So to discuss all those theoretical parts, nothing is there included in our syllabus. Have you got my point? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And we don't have that time to go into details of all those derivation parts, how you got all those. As I said, you 3 different cases while finding complementary function, right? So all those are, you should actually, I'm not supposed to tell you to by heart it, but it's unfortunate what we can do now, right? All those are results. Now we are considering as the results and keeping, and we are going ahead. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know your pain. I understood. Definitely, when time permits, when time is there, we'll even individually, if we come, we will explain when time permits. Suppose physically, when you are interacting, we are going to discuss in thoroughly. Of course, in GATE examination point of view, also these derivations are not important. Well, who are taking some mathematics courses, for them, definitely it is important. For us, these derivations are not, but always we have that in our mind, how you got it, where you got it, right? Better to know it. Okay? Definitely, I will clear all your doubts when you come personally, or you can go through one prescribed textbooks, whatever I mentioned in this. I mentioned in this course 2 prescribed textbooks. Just go through that. I think you may get in our BS Gravel textbook also, arranging mathematics, all those derivations. Let us check it. If you are not getting anywhere, I will explain to you. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other doubts, please? I will take your attendance otherwise. Can I stop?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please go through all those. If somebody are not attended the previous class, go through that. Then and only will understood this. So without going through the videos, if we come, it will looks like some other movie, other language movie. You don't know that language. Okay, don't come in that way. Please try to